Alright, so I am going up to Colorado Springs today. I am going to get that gasket for the Audi for the timing cover so I can finish putting that on and sealing it up, and then hopefully I can get the heads on later today and get it maybe in the car, or maybe tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Not really in that big of a rush to finish it, but I want to definitely get the engine together. I need to pull the car out and pressure wash all that dirt and dust and grime off out of the engine bay and cross member. I like putting stuff back together pretty clean instead of just leaving it and having it all dirty. But I'm also going up to meet a guy. I guess he does like CNC machining on the side, and he does prototypes and small runs. So I was going to talk to him about doing some stuff and see what his pricing is, and see if it's a little bit more reasonable than some of the actual machine shops in town and in Colorado Springs. So hopefully, it's a decent price. I can get some of the stuff that I have designed and made, like that oil metering pump block off, like the VR4 subframe bushing. Just rolling up to Audi again to get that little oval O-ring, and then I could put this thing together tonight. And this is one reason I don't like driving nice cars around. This guy just has like asphalt just chilling on his bed. Like, what's gonna happen when you get on the highway? It's all gonna fall off in like people's cars. Called Arena to meet that guy for the CNC stuff. It looks like they're doing tech inspections for the Pikes Peak hill climb cars, so I'm gonna do show you guys some Pikes Peak hill climb cars. The Audi Quattro is still killing the hill climbs. Have some right-hand drive goodness, but it's electric. Boosted Mustang. Everything's pretty much turbo now. Some dirty old Garrett's. Look at this carbon weave, it's all fat. Look at the news over here, thinking what they're gonna make up. And there's a twin turbo stuffed in this little thing. Those are like 35 A2s what Trevor has on his drift car. Look at that, twin turbo.
You guys gonna
LS.
come out?
We got this green machine right here. These guys right here, this like crappy looking Dodge. I feel like this is like a Japanese team. I feel like they just bought that truck and trailer to transport their electric car. So unfortunately, the U-Pull trip was kind of a pretty big failure. So the hood, well, the whole car had hail on it because it hailed a couple days ago pretty bad. Everything in the yard was like missing windshields and glass, and everything was hailed on. So should have came up like last week. Probably would have been a lot better. But yeah, so that was disappointing. And then my 3/8 Milwaukee side impact, aka the side bitch, decided to dip out and it broke. So it's broken. I have to buy another one. Kind of disappointed. I don't know how the warranty and stuff works on those. I know they have like a warranty, but I have no clue where I don't like keep receipts, so I don't know where I put my receipt. So I just have to buy another one. Okay, so looks like the Audi O-ring that I got is incorrect. So I'll show you what I'm kind of dealing with. They pretty much had a thinner O-ring, but I was thinking that it might have squished down a little bit. When I got this, I knew it was pretty thick, but it's was what they had, and the part number, the part number that I was pulling up was like a little tiny O-ring. It almost looked like it would have went in like right here or something. And so here's this O-ring. You can see how thick it is, and it almost fits in there, but it's way too thick. Like there'd be no way if I put that in there, somehow got it to stay in there, and then try to bolt it on, it would like squish out, and it like would never seal correctly. So I have no clue like the part number for that seal, because the part number for it that like shows in the Audi, the manual, it shows an oval O-ring, but literally the O-ring is like that big. Put the injectors in the head. They put the injectors in. All you have to do is pretty much, you have to kind of pound them in. There's a tool for it. It's the same tool to size the O-rings and to pull them. So one tool does everything, and you just kind of stick it on there and you kind of gently tap it in. You don't pound it in, but have both heads, the injectors in. Now I can give this thing back to Dennis. And I need to call FCP Euro tomorrow about that O-ring so I can find the right one and get this thing together. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, when we were at the airstrip attack, somebody said that you could use cooking cleaner to strip the anodizing off of AN fittings. I've heard this before, and I just kind of wanted to try it out because I needed to strip all these AN fittings for the FD, and they charge you a little bit to do it, and then I want to get them re-anodized. So instead of paying them to do it, if the cooking cleaner works, then that'd be great, because then that'd be a little bit less than that I have to pay them, because I don't want these blue. I want them to be, I want this bag in gold and that bag in purple, just so I have AN fittings for some projects like the 240 and the FD, and you know, I just don't like the whole blue thing. Blue and red, I mean, I don't know who came up with that color scheme, but it's kind of played out. So this is what I got, this easy off, heavy duty, 5 minutes, so we'll see. Okay, so here's my little test. I did that first bag of them. Still have the other bag just in case I ruin a whole batch of AN fittings. I probably should just do one, but you know, oh well. See the little blue tint to the oven cleaner? Means it's working. Okay, so here is the finished product. They're all nice and stripped. You pretty much have to wipe them off in small little pieces like this. These are all tube nuts and tube ends. So they were, you know, you have to kind of wipe all the anodizing off as you're washing them off. With little parts it takes a little bit more time, but with larger parts it is actually probably a lot more effective and easier. Well, actually this was effective. I mean, it's probably just a lot easier. You don't have to, it's not so like intricate. But going from these blue right here, blue and black was what these were, and nice and clean and ready to re-anodize. So I'm definitely excited with the results, and I can't wait to get this in gold, these in purple, some other stuff in the JZ oil blocks will be black or clear. Those aren't already anodized, so I don't have to strip them. This is the original blue, and that's stripped, so you can see that it definitely works. Ever had your doubts about like stripping AN fittings or any kind of like aluminum fitting that's anodized, or fuel rails, pretty much anything that's anodized? You know, cooking cleaner definitely is an effective method to strip all the anodizing off. You just pretty much, it's like the 5 minute heavy duty stuff. You just spray it on, then let it sit 5 minutes, and then pretty much just rinse it off and just rub the anodizing off. It'll come off with like a towel, or you can use your thumb with a glove. I definitely wear some gloves, but I'm glad that it worked. So if you need to strip any fittings, that's the way to do it. Okay, so you can see that I got all the vacuum fittings, the factory ones that are just like ports that you use rubber hoses on. I got them all out of the upper and lower intake manifold. All you really do is use some vice grips, grab them, and you just kind of twist them. The harder ones, you could use a hammer and a punch, and you just kind of get an edge on it and then just drive it out. So not very difficult, but makes the setup all the better because it looks better. It doesn't have any chances of blowing vacuum lines because it's all hand fittings, and then you never have any chances of leaks. So I did pull these out. They just kind of are a pass through. I might tap it and put plugs in there just in case I want to run anything through the intake manifold like that. And gonna have these cleaned up. I'll pull these plates off, and I'm not exactly sure if I want to have the lower polished. I might just have it powder coated black. It seems like it was already maybe painted before. I'm guessing there's a lot of heat in that area. All the paint is like flaking off. Same with the upper intake manifold. I think it was either painted or powder coated. It was all flaking, but I definitely want the upper one to be polished. I kind of would like the lower one to be polished, but it really doesn't matter. And I think that's it for today's video. So if you like the video, subscribe, comment below, click that bell, and thanks for watching. See you next time.